Rise and shine. You're watching WCTV Eyewitness News. The Good Morning Show starts now.
All right, it is 6:30 exactly. This is a live view from the weather stem camera at Horseshoe Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. What county is that?
That's Dixie County.
Dixie County.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, a lot of clouds, of course, but we've been used to that over the past few days.
You know, if you're going to find showers early in the day, Dixie County, Taylor County's coast, some of the areas that we usually see a few scattered showers early in the morning.
Yeah.
I think we might find a couple of showers in a few spots today, but not as many as we've been seeing over the past couple of days. Got a little different setup for today. Today is probably going to go down as the brightest day we've had for the past several, and maybe the brightest we're going to have for the next several. So if you've got some outdoor stuff you've been trying to do, waiting for it to be a little drier outside, today is probably our best chance. That doesn't mean we can't have some showers. There'll be some showers, but I think today a little bit more sunshine in our forecast. It's 75 in Tallahassee and in Live Oak. Perry's at 74, Bainbridge 74. How about 82 at Apalachicola this morning? So it's a little bit on the warm side in many spots. Now, as far as the rain goes, not a whole lot left in our area. One little sprinkle tried to move through from southwest to northeast, sort of shriveled up as it got into parts of Thomas County. I think the story for today is going to be more about lucky areas getting a few more showers to keep those temperatures from getting too far past 90. But it's going to be hot, it's going to be humid, and it's going to be a little brighter today. I'll break down that full forecast in just a couple of minutes.
Our top story this half hour is on hot car deaths. It's 100% a preventable tragedy that's happened all too often in the U.S. Now, two South Florida parents are mourning the loss of their 3-year-old son. Deborah Sovereign has more on this tragic death and explains how a new law aimed at preventing this is flooded with errors.
A tragic death at a Miami Gardens school after a 3-year-old boy was left in a hot car for hours. The dean of the school releasing this statement, which reads in part, "We are beyond devastated that we experienced a tragedy on our campus, which resulted in the untimely passing of the 3-year-old son of 2 staff members."
It's really important for people with young children to be very aware that what might feel comfortable outside for you and I doesn't feel comfortable for an infant.
According to our news partners at the Miami Herald, the child's father accidentally locked their 3-year-old in his car that was parked here at the Lubavitch Educational Center in Miami Gardens on Monday morning. Hours later, around 4 in the afternoon, police received a 911 call about an unresponsive child.
A vehicle acts like a greenhouse, and it heats up very quickly and to really dangerous temperatures within minutes for a young child.
Amber Rollins is the director of Kids in Car Safety. She says the younger the child is, the more susceptible they are to heat-related injuries.
The younger the child, the less capable they are of regulating their own body temperature. So an infant is going to overheat much quicker than a toddler. A toddler will overheat much quicker than a teenager, and so forth.
In November last year, a new law was passed that requires all new vehicles to include an alert telling drivers to check their back seat.
No one really knows what that beep means when you turn your car off. So, you know, the system's flooded with errors. However, there are systems out there that do detect living, breathing beings in the vehicle. Some of them use radar, some use LiDAR.
And we're learning that no charges have been filed in this case. Florida is second in the nation when it comes to hot car deaths. And within this year alone, across the nation, there have been 11 confirmed deaths involving children left in hot cars. All right, so Rob, we all know that even just getting in the car these days is so hot on a summer day that it feels like you need to have on oven mitts just to put on your seatbelt. Just how hot can a car get?
You know, what people don't realize is when the sunlight gets into the window, it pours in the glass, and the sunlight gets through the window, it sort of changes, and that wavelength gets longer, so it can't get back out. Now you get all those waves bouncing around the car, and that's what raises the heat. And the longer someone or something is in the vehicle, the hotter it's going to get. So if you got like a day where the temperature is 70 degrees, it can get up to 90 degrees in just 10 minutes in the car, and that's on a day where it's 70 outside. But what if we're talking, 80 degrees? In a half hour, all of a sudden it can feel like it's close to 115 degrees because that radiation can't get out through the windows like it was able to get in because that wavelength changed. So now we're talking a day where the temperature gets to 90 degrees. It only takes 10 minutes to get up near 110. After an hour, it can be over 130 degrees in the vehicle. And you know what kind of danger that is. So please be mindful of what and who you have with you in the vehicles.
Yeah, seeing those numbers, that is pretty scary seeing it like that. Like even when you said just only 70 degrees outside.
On what we call a nice day. It can get really hot in that car real fast. That's why shade is so important when you park the car sometimes, just for your comfort, let alone for other people and pets that you got in the car.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for that breakdown, Rob. Well, we're learning a woman is now in custody in connection to a deadly car crash at the intersection of West Tennessee and Basin Streets. WCTV, the only camera on the scene after the crash, happened just before midnight on May 19th. TPD saying their investigation found Von Nitrio Noble sideswiped another female driver at a high rate of speed, causing the victim to lose control before driving into a utility pole. That woman dying at the scene. Noble is charged with DUI manslaughter and vehicular homicide.
All right, staying in Tallahassee, a woman is now back in custody after escaping while at Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. WCTV being told that 30-year-old Ashley Gamble was awaiting medical clearance before being taken to jail. During the hour-long search at the hospital was on lockdown. This is video showing Gamble being taken to a police car outside the emergency room. One woman who was at the hospital visiting a friend sharing her experience as the hospital went into lockdown.
We were trying to leave and they locked us down. We couldn't go back into the hospital until they cleared us that direction. Cops were squirreling around really fast around the corners and parking and jumping out and running into the hospital to try to find out where she was.
And she was also telling us that Gamble was trying to escape by climbing into the ceiling of the hospital. We are still working to confirm more details with law enforcement.
6:37 now. As law enforcement departments throughout the country have been dealing with staff shortages, the Leon County Sheriff's Office is working to recruit and keep correctional officers. Our Michelle Roberts joins us now in the studio. Good morning, Michelle. How is the Sheriff's Office planning to deal with this?
Good morning, Lenitra. The Leon County Sheriff's Office has had a shortage of correctional officers at the detention facility since the pandemic. Assistant Sheriff Steve Harrelson says the job is rewarding but comes with a lot of pressure. To recruit correctional officers, LCSO has held hiring fairs and has sponsored people to go through academy. The Sheriff's Office is also bringing on people for temporary employment assignment, training them internally, having them work shifts, then sending them to the academy to be certified. Assistant Sheriff Harrelson says he loves running the detention facility because it's all about service and there's a family atmosphere at LCSO.
We have folks that come in here, they do corrections for a while, then they move over to law enforcement. We have folks here that actually make this their career because they fall in love with the job. And I have staff here that's been here over 30 years, and they enjoyed it because they were able to make a difference in somebody's life.
Assistant Sheriff Harrelson says LCSO is also focusing on wellness programs for staff. The salary for correctional officers is a little over $37,000 while in academy and $41,500 after graduation and passing the state exam. For more info on applying, visit leoncountyso.com. Lenitra?
All right, pretty good there. Thank you so much, Michelle.
All right, covering FAMU now. As students get ready to start moving back to campus next month, the university saying it's already full. FAMU saying because of a large incoming freshman class and an increased demand for on-campus housing due to inflation in off-campus housing, right now almost all of their 2,500 beds on campus are reserved, and the school is apologizing to all students who want to live on campus but won't be able to. FAMU providing a link to other housing options for students. That link on your screen now. Public transportation and parking on campus will be made available for free.
The Florida Teacher of the Year Conference getting underway yesterday afternoon. Governor Ron DeSantis taking time to recognize educators at the event in Orlando.
Thank you for working so hard on behalf of your students. I'm encouraged about a lot of the progress that's been made in the state of Florida. I was born and raised here, and the quality of our school system is better than it was when I was growing up, and I think it's because we have a lot of great people.
The governor speaking before a packed house at the JW Marriott Hotel. This year's winner, Seema Nayak from Broward County, presented with a check for $15,000. 5 finalists were chosen from nearly 185,000 public school teachers throughout the state of Florida.
Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
Our 24-hour temperature cast going to move a little bit faster, a little bit farther today. I think more spots are going to get into the 90s and stay there for a little while. Now, if we can get enough showers around the region, then I don't think we see temperatures get as high as I'm feeling like they're going to. But I think today's shower chances are going to stay a little bit lower and move a little bit more to the west as we're in that little bit of a dry slot for just one day. It feels like tomorrow those better chances for showers are going to be all around the region again, and that's going to mean lower daytime highs, but better rain chances and still all the humidity that we've been having for the past couple of days. We're starting this morning at Apalachicola at 82. Now inland, we see most of the temperatures pretty close to 75, a couple of degrees either side. It's 74 in Bainbridge, it's 73 in Thomasville, it's 75 in Tallahassee, Valdosta, we're at 76. A little breeze trying pretty hard to stir things up, and I haven't seen too much fog out there this morning. You'd think you'd find a bunch more simply because we've got a lot of moisture available. Most visibilities, though, better than 7 miles, so we're doing okay with that. I see a couple of sprinkles up against the northern coast of Dixie County. A couple of showers tried to work their way from south and west to north and east across more of the area, but a lot of that is shriveled up and fizzled out. The story today going to be that little bit of drier air that should give us a little bit of sunshine, and the emphasis is on a little bit because there's still going to be clouds, there's still going to be showers, and it's still going to be really humid and unstable out there. But the extra energy and the better chances for the most showers today off to the west. Now, as we get to tomorrow, those better chances start to creep back, and as we really get to Friday and Saturday, I think things are going to be more unsettled all around the region, and that's going to give us better chances for more showers at more times during the day. But remember, unsettled is more like it looks and feels like it should be raining more than it actually does. We're not expecting all day nonstop steady soaking rains, but I do think we can see some decent downpours and some prolonged showers with that setup, with that enhanced energy coming from that little bit of energy in the northern Gulf. That's probably never going to turn into anything more organized than it is right now. Winds on the Gulf today, southwest 12 to 22 and seas 2 to 4 feet, so just a little breezy for the boaters. Got the rain chances like 30-40% early, more like 40-50% later on. Low 90s for top temperatures. It'll feel like it's up over 100 with all that icky, sticky humidity out there. Mid 70s tonight and more muggy. The showers will fizzle. Here's that forecast for the next 7 days. Friday, Saturday, those are the unsettled ones. The best clouds, the best chances for showers, and the best opportunity to keep the daytime highs in the 80s. Today, tomorrow, I think those top temperatures are going to be up a little bit today, probably the warmest. We could see like 92, 93. Mix in the humidity. It's going to feel like it's up over 100.